Welcome back to the Focus Podcast. Today we have Clayton Robinson with CR Plumbing on the show. Welcome to the show, Clayton.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. I've been wanting to have you on the show for a very long time. Our schedules just aligned, and I've been wanting to have you on ever since we shot a employee testimonial for you guys months ago. What really got me was how genuine your team was on camera on sharing their testimonials on working for the company. And Dylan and I, we saw firsthand we were there for a team meeting. We were there for several engagements and we're like, wow, they're doing something different. They have a culture there. So I wanted to have you on to share how other people in trades, in home services and whatnot, can be able to cultivate that culture to have employees, come your way. But initially you reached out to us because you're like, hey, we need more technicians. Business is good. We're getting enough customers. We need technicians to be able to fulfill orders. So what do you think is one of the biggest problems in plumbing or the trades and being able to attract and retain top talent?
Well, there's not very many of us, unfortunately. That's why I had you do that amazing video that you made for us, so we could show what we care about and show that our own employees how they enjoy and like being where we're at and want to give that back out and try to attract other people like-minded like that. But the industry is not much of us, let alone so many that focused on taking care of the customers and want to constantly learn and constantly grow. So that's what we try to focus on and attract those type of clients for us to bring on to expand our team so we can change this industry so it's more support, better knowledge, so we can take care of the customers better.
No, I love that. And you touched on training and continuous training. We're definitely going to get to that. I want to touch on, though, you said there's not that many of us. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that people are just not going into the trades? Because, and I'm trying to say this delicately, but you can make a really good living in the trades. And so why aren't people wanting to do this?
I mean, you make about $60,000 in 2 years out of high school.
Yeah.
Not very many people going. We spent multiple generations of telling people, hey, go to college. Well, if you're not smart enough, go to trades. Right? So we put this whole stigma in there of trades being lower. It's an engineering mindset that just doesn't do great with testing. Like every one of our guys, they can problem solve, think outside the box, and understand things, and understand physics, which is all of plumbing, just from that aspect. But they're just not great test takers.
Yeah.
It's not set up for normal society of people.
Yeah. And you touched on it too. I mean, I think it's getting a little bit better maybe, but I mean, I'm 45. So when I was growing up, like you said, it was go to college, get a job in an office setting, wear a suit and tie, all those kind of things. And like you said, it was looked down upon to, be in the trades, or, back then it was like ATT tech and things like that. And, but when you learn trade, then you can take that wherever you want to go. And then obviously if you learn the business aspects of it. So I really hope that people listening now just would encourage their kids or themselves to learn a trade, whether it's videography, whether it's plumbing, because yes, a degree is great, but learning a trade and working with your hands, because I've been on site with your crew, I've been on site with landscapers, roofers, AC technicians, and you guys are super smart. You guys are and you're solving a problem. And one thing I looked at in 2020 was, and I was explaining this to my kids, it's like, look, who's working right now? Pay attention to these retention-proof things. So kind of speak to, again, going back to the training aspect. One of the things that we saw whenever we were on location with your team was you were literally doing a real training when we came in. You were training your guys. Talk about the importance of not just getting your certifications, but ongoing training, even if you've been a technician for a while.
I mean, it goes across the board throughout. If you stop learning, you're not going to keep growing. We get in our own way because we know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we lose our aspect of different options outside the box thinking. If you're always having a learning mindset, you're always going to keep growing. It's always going to get better and better. And you see different perspectives from that. It's really important to just focus on, do I know it well enough to be able to teach it to someone? Once you start teaching it to someone, then it's really, you have to understand all the points, because you have to explain it to them how they understand it and communicate it back. So even we'll get some of our guys where they start teaching it back, and that's when it really starts clicking more. So now you can actually use it. It's really important to constantly grow, constantly learn.
That's so good, because that at the end of the day, you can't really scale your business if you can't teach and duplicate. Because yes, I'm sure you're very skilled at what you do, but you can only go to so many homes. You have to be able to train it and be able to scale your team, and that goes with the ongoing education. So, with technology and all the different things, I mean, how have you seen the industry changing in a good way with different tech, or maybe it's AI or different things that you've seen in your industry, to where it's like, we got to stay on top of these different things. I mean, there were so many things you guys were going over that was way over my head,
Yeah.
technical wise. So what are some things that you're seeing that where you're like, hey, we need to be on top of this to be cutting edge?
Well, the problem is plumbers, unfortunately, don't get taught very much. So we're bringing them back to the basics of, do you understand why? Why is it supposed to work that way? What is it supposed to do? But why is it supposed to do that?
Yeah.
So if you understand why it works, it don't matter if it's right. You're solving the problems at 90 degree, but now it's at a 45-degree angle. Like, it's the same thing, but you have to understand it. If you understand the basics, you have to have that foundation of that pyramid to grow. But if you understand the basics and understand why, and we beat that into our guys, why?
Yes.
Why's do that? That allows us to grow more and allows us to have those other aspects when they come in, right? There's people engineering all kinds of things. We love bringing in new technology. We bring in new technologies so we can take care of our customers better, more efficient. Perfect. We're going to do it. But we can't understand how it works or how to use it to our advantage if we don't understand the basics, or even understand, why does that work?
Yeah.
Why is that? I mean, just like our lining stuff you were in there, what is the chemical reaction that's going on? So we can understand how much more we can push it, and this and that.
No, that's so good. Getting back to the why we do this, because I feel like that gives you a full understanding, as opposed to just like, oh, this is just the way we do it here. But explaining the why, then it clicks and they know it. One of the things we noticed, and I mentioned this at the top, was we interviewed 3 of your technicians, and you can tell all 3 of them, it was heartfelt. Like, they really enjoyed working for CR Plumbing. They enjoyed just the culture. Talk a little bit about, what are some things that you're doing that has created that culture to be able to attract that top talent like you have been able to do?
Well, biggest thing is we communicate to them. We listen to them. One, males get in the way all the time. We'll get in the way of ourselves. We think that, slowing down, or I'll just toughen up and keep moving on. Sometimes not being heard is a big difference in your organization. There might be just sitting down and somebody starts talking, stopping what you're doing and taking that 30 minutes to listen. It could be concerns. It could be something home-wide. Having that relationship and understanding them, and actually them feeling that they're being heard and caring about that, but also doing all of that to support them and figuring out how you can help them, that helps change everything. That makes them connect. But I have to be a better lead. I have to be able to be a better leader. So I got to be able to support them. And some of them might need to be supported by reassuring.
Yeah.
Some of them might be supported, like getting out in the trenches with them. Every one of them is different, but learning about each individual, instead of just, they're not a number, they're a person. How can I connect and help support them? And then when they do have frustrations, because emotions get in the way, heat gets in the way, frustrations from home life, work and home are the same. We get told forever, oh no, work's work, home's home. If your work's crap, you're bringing it back home.
Yep.
Then you're going to cause problems there. Then you're going to bring even more back. They go back. Only thing we can help out is be efficient and feel supported in our organization. My customer and my manager's customers are our technicians and my office. The customers are theirs. So if we treat our customers with respect and listen to them, they're going to go take care of their customers.
No, that's so good because I always tell people I love doing business with companies that really take care of their employees because you can just tell. There's an ice cream shop that we like to go to, and you could just tell that they just love working there. It's not like the welcome in, we got to serve someone else. You can tell they're taken care of from the inside out, and it really does work like that. One of the things that I saw too that when we were there is you basically help them with a 401k, like helping them set up a 401k plan. Like it looks like you guys really, like truly care about the individual, and it's not just like, oh, go take care of this plumbing job. That's what I would love to see. And I love that you touched on the idea of, again, I grew up old school, leave your problems at home kind of. It's impossible. And when someone's struggling at home, they're going to bring that in. So I'm so glad you touched on that. One of the things that I saw on your Facebook, you all are looking for an office administrative assistant. What did I see?
I saw a couple different ones.
Okay.
We're expanding and adding on more people. But touching back to where you talk about the ice cream shop, we all have an electrical energy that kind of like, you can feel that vibe and you don't want to put it on there. And that changes everything.
Yes.
When someone walks into a house or walks into, they don't feel that, they're not trusting.
Right.
People do business with no like and trust. And that's a big thing. If they're not feeling comfortable with what they're doing and understanding, you can feel that all.
Oh yeah, so good. Yeah, you can tell when someone's really taken care of by because again, you take care of the employee, they're going to turn around and you're going to take care of the customer. Not all the time. And so, yeah, you can tell that you have that genuine culture there. So yeah, you guys have done a great job in that. Go ahead.
We want the plumbing industry, right? They come from lower class. I mean, that's where I came from too. But I want all of our employees to have their own house, to be able to support themselves. There's no reason. Learn how to manage money. They don't teach that in school.
Right.
My mom was working accounting, so I got that beat into me. That's the only probably biggest thing that's helped me more than anything else. But helping them any way we can to help do that and level up to be able to change the generational wealth. First, it's here, so they can change the way their kids, and then grow up. Hey, we can get a house, perfect, and then we keep building up. So anyway, investing in retirement. They should retire. Most of the plumbers don't.
Yeah.
They work until they're dead. That's not acceptable.
No, that's great. And I'm going to butcher this quote, but there's a quote, something similar to this, that says, take care of people so well that they could leave you, but treat them so well that they don't. And I really feel like that you're setting that kind of culture. And so going back to what your needs are right now, what kind of positions are you looking to get filled right now currently?
So currently, we're definitely looking for another office person to help take care of customers, answer the phone, their first line and the last.
Yes.
Very important process in there. We're looking for an extra one in there for that. We're in the middle of seeing if we can add on AC as well. So we're looking for possible manager that can help support a team. Got the office stuff taken care of. How can we have a manager for AC that can help support the technicians, set them up to succeed, so they have someone as well, so we can turn that organization, take care of more technicians and more customers.
Awesome. Talk to the owner of a garage door repair guy, or maybe, a plumbing company that's not in direct competition with you guys, or roofing company, and they're small and they're looking to scale. Just what's the one takeaway that you want them to have to say, hey, this is how you go about building a strong team and strong culture. So picture, one or two guys there. They're really trying to grow to where you guys are. How did they start?
Well, that's a loaded question for one item. Biggest thing is you take care of your team and you support them. more will come in. It's going to take time. But you can't expect them to grow if you're only you're level 3.
Yeah.
You need to be level 10 so you can bring in more level 3s and 4s and grow in that. You're the problem. 90% of the time, if you're running a company and you haven't scaled to where you thought you should be, you're the problem. It's my fault first.
Yes.
It's always my fault first. Did I set them up? Was I clear enough? Did they have structure? Did they have support? And don't be afraid to hire someone in the office because they're going to make your life 10 times better. That support in the back half, so you can spend, if you're the technician running the company, so you can take care of your team out in the field, as well as then take care of the office. But you have to have that support in the office. Sometimes they're afraid I can't afford that. They will make you more money by answering the phones and doing it better than you will.
Yes, yes, I agree. All of our clients that we've worked with over the years that kind of were playing that tug of war of, we can't afford this. They all maybe took a small step back and then catapulted forward because they could work on the business and not necessarily in the business. So, when it comes to return on investment, it's not just marketing dollars. It is your office admin, you're the people that take care of you. So that's a great point.
The more women you have in your company, the more structured and streamlined you're going to be. Done all the time. They're going to keep you out of your way. They're going to make sure it's clean, taken care of, and support a lot better than you can.
Absolutely. No, that's a great point too. So on the technicians that are out there, talk to someone who is thinking about getting in the trades. They're kind of, which direction do I want to go? Why should they come work for CR Plumbing, whether it's the office admin, whether it is the plumbing technician? Why should they work for CR Plumbing?
So if you want to get in the trade or even thinking about it, we would love to have those people that are growth-minded, want to succeed, want to keep learning. They're tired of not being supported and given the freedom to grow and having those build blocks. It's frustrating. It's going to be hard, especially if you're already at a company and you're like, I don't get support. How much do they listen? We can be outvoted. I can be outvoted in my own company. Everyone's opinion matters to the success. And if you're feeling like you're not in that company, come give us a call. We'll definitely come interview you and see how we can find a spot for you in our company.
Excellent, man. Well, I really appreciate you being on the show. I learned a lot because, I own a business as well, always looking to scale. So thank you for sharing your knowledge there. And again, I saw it firsthand. I know what I saw. It's genuine. You and Hannah are doing an incredible job. Keep it up. If you're out there and you're thinking about even remotely getting in the trades, getting into plumbing, like Clayton was saying, if you are already at a company and you're just not really taken care of, I highly recommend that you contact Clayton and his team over at CR Plumbing. Really appreciate you tuning on to the Focus podcast today. And remember, if you need a professional video, we'd love to help. My name is Mario Wilson with 12 Media Group, where we put your brand in focus.
I'm going to add to that, Mario. If you guys are having a problem hiring, Mario can add amazing content that you can use across the platform to actually show people. After we had his stuff going, I've staffed up within months because he got to express what we already knew we had to the world. So definitely hit him up.
Thank you so much for that, Clayton. I really appreciate that. And thanks again for coming on the show.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome.